All right, starting the day off with the 2025 NFL Draft Prospect Profile, Terrance Ferguson, tight end out of Oregon, who had a good day at the Senior Bowl and then really had a good day at the Combine. You can see he was on the Bears' so far confirmed list of interviews that they have conducted at the Combine. So Terrance Ferguson did meet in person with the Bears. And then you can see at the Combine he had an absolutely elite day. These numbers over here from PFF or from NFL Math Bomb, Kevin Platt. These don't even show the vertical in there, which was 39 inches. So he led all tight ends in vertical broad jump at 10.2. Actually, I think he was third in broad jump, but he was right there, over 10 feet like many others. His 40-yard dash, you see they had him listed at 4.73. He beat that by a full tenth, so 4.64, putting him in the elite range now instead of that yellow range. And his 20-yard, 10-yard split, all very high. So a RAS score above 9.5, only going to be higher when that vertical comes in as well. So very good showing for him. Basically the top at every single ranking at vertical, broad, 40-yard, 10-yard split, 20-yard split. He looked really good at the Combine. And his drills look pretty good too. We'll see how much we can show here without getting in trouble. But there's some blocking drills. The blocking looked really good. Blocking was down this year for him, according to his PFF stats. But been typically a good blocker over his career at Oregon. All the drills, his hand drills, the 40-yard dash, everything looked really clean and crisp by him. He came prepared for the Combine. And as we know, the Combine usually doesn't raise your stock too much. But what it does, if you show off on tape like this, teams will then go back and look at your game film and see if they misjudged you, misanalyzed you, and take another look at you and maybe raise you up the draft boards. Well, I had him right on the fringe of the third round, somewhere in the 90 to 120-ish range. You can see most of these places, CBS, Todd McShay, Draft Buzz, Draft Bible, Sports Talk, ESPN, Athletic. They all have him right here in the, CS was really high, but the rest of them all have him 75 here to 110 range. And his scouting report says he probably should go in day 2, which is your second and third round range. So if the Bears are interviewing, it's very possible that they like him right there in that 72 range. Or let's say they trade down from number 10 and they pick up an extra third rounder. They can pick up him with the extra third round pick. So as I said, he showed out pretty well at the Senior Bowl, did a good job. Got more separation than I saw in the season. We'll show some stuff here from the Senior Bowl and from his season. And watching his season tape, it was a mixed bag for me. There was a lot of good things that he did. His route running looked good. But not always the cleanest and crispest, and he just looked like very athletically gifted, but maybe not the best coached, or maybe not the best system for him. I don't know. So this is one that I'm going to have to completely defer to the Bears for their judgment, because I can't get a clean handle on him from his tape. But I think there's enough upside there where if you want to take him, you look at plays like this. He can run guys over. He can run clean routes. He has good hands. He did have 4 drops this year, which I don't love. But his big plays were really good-looking big plays. So I like what you see from him. On his scouting report, his strengths, prototypical size for the position with a lean, athletic frame that presents a large catch radius, displays impressive acceleration off the line, using long strides to eat up cushion against defenders, adept route runner who can threaten vertically and make sharp cuts to create separation, shows good body control and flexibility to adjust off-target throws, reliable hands catcher who plucks the ball away from his frame consistently, red zone threat with the ability to box out defenders and high point passes, willing blocker who shows good technique and effort in the run game. And you'll see a whole handful of blocking, because I wanted to find some run blocking plays here where he was out in front blocking, and he actually does a really good job when he's able to. There's just some play designs with Oregon, I'm not sold that they put him in the best position to be a good run blocker. But when he gets out there and he's blocking, he looks really good. Versatile player who can line up in line in the slot or split out wide. And you see here at NFL Draft Buzz, they have him listed as a slot receiving tight end. So some of his weaknesses, they just say he lacks elite speed, occasional rounds off his route, so he's not the crispest and cleanest there, and his contact balance can use a little bit of work. But to me, he would be a developmental tight end, one that you take that you aren't expecting day one extreme production from, but you can put him in there to pass block, you can put him in there in certain sets, 12 personnel sets, to make him have an opportunity to get open. I think he's just one that you don't expect huge things from day one. Some very high potential, can I even say maybe Sam Laporta-esque traits? No, I'm not trying to say he's as good as Sam Laporta, but there are some traits there that make you look and see what Ben Johnson might be seeing in this kid. And I can see why the Bears might want to take him, why they interviewed him, and why he might be on their board to take in the third round, because there is some high upside, undeveloped potential there. And I'm starting to be all in on this kid. I'm not there yet. After watching the tape again, though, I'm really starting to see some of those high potential traits. So let me know what you guys think. Am I overreacting to the combine? Because we often do that, and I'm trying not to do that with any of these prospects, but he did show up at the combine. Blocking drills at the combine look good. You go back and look at the tape, and there's some big blocks he had in this season and some big plays, but just inconsistencies. So someone good at developing. So I do like this kid. So with that, appreciate you guys tuning in. Dub Bears, bear down.